Nokomis Daycare Center says important paperwork was stolen in the process.
As we walked around the daycare, we saw that our office doors was broken into as well.
America, a Minneapolis daycare just held a press conference claiming that somebody broke into their facility and stole all of the enrollment documents, employee records, and checkbooks conveniently right after a viral video exposed massive fraud in Somali-run daycares across Minnesota. The 20-year-old manager wants you to believe that a burglar broke through a wall, bypassed computers, cash, equipment, all that stuff, and specifically targeted the exact documents that federal investigators would need to prove fraud. But here's what makes this absolutely ridiculous. When police first responded, they filed a report saying nothing was missing. Then somebody, probably the daycare owner, had to remind the 20-year-old manager, oh wait, actually, all of our important documents were stolen. Here's the kicker. They're blaming this on a YouTube video, but their daycare wasn't even featured in the original viral investigation. They're basically admitting guilt by association and trying to get ahead of the investigation before it reaches them.
Yesterday morning, I was called by the owner because unfortunately someone came in to our daycare. We looked and saw what happened, and we saw that the suspect came in from the back, broke in from the back kitchen, and he also destroyed the wall to come in.
What is up, guys? TYSON DELACRUZ here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I want to break down this press conference and show you exactly why nobody with a functioning brain actually believes this bullcrap. This is the most obvious fraud cover-up that I've ever seen. And the fact that they thought that this was going to work shows you how stupid they think we are. Let me walk you through what this 20-year-old manager, Nasah Mohamed, aka Somalian Dolomite, wants you to believe. He claims somebody broke in through the back kitchen, destroyed a brick wall to get in, also breaking through a wall of the Family Dollar next door, then broke into the office and stole only the employee documents, the enrollment documents, and the checkbooks.
As we walked around the daycare, we saw that our office doors was broken into as well. We saw that, unfortunately, there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book.
So let me get this straight here, Somalian Dolomite. A burglar breaks into the daycare, and the only thing that he takes are enrollment documents, employee records, and checkbooks. Not computers, because there's really nothing of value at a daycare. No cash, not equipment. Just miraculously, amazingly, the exact documents that federal investigators would need to come knocking with a search warrant. Maybe, guys, my bad. Maybe it is true. Maybe a person did break into a daycare and that person just so happened to steal the information about licenses and the children. I don't know how many break-ins happen at daycares in the United States, but I would assume it's probably not many. Why would someone want to break into a daycare and steal paperwork? I guess the same reasons leprechauns look for gold.
This happened around yesterday, midnight. After from 3 a.m. until 6, somewhere in between. We've been running the daycare since 2016.
But here's what's interesting. If you're innocent, why are you holding a press conference about the break-in? Legitimate businesses get broken into all the time. They file a police report and move on. They don't call the media and hold a press conference with white liberals in the background holding protest signs. And here's where this story falls completely apart. A reporter asked about the police report, and the response here is absolutely damning.
Could you also respond to, there's a spokesperson for the police department told us that it was reported that there was no loss and that nothing was taken. Is that incorrect? Was nothing reported that was taken? What was the situation there?
The spokesperson said it was reported that there was no losses and nothing taken. The manager's response?
The police officer came in the morning. We told him what happened, and we told him that from what we've seen, we haven't seen, from in the position that we were in that moment, we were all worried about what was damaged and everything. We told him that we're going to check everything out. We're going to call him back and we're going to tell him that what's taken.
Translation, when the police first showed up, they said nothing was missing. Then somebody realized that it didn't help with the cover-up. So they called back later and said, oh yeah, wait. Actually, all of our fraudulent documents were stolen. Now let's talk about Mary, the short-haired white liberal woman who goes up speaking right after 20-year-old Somalian dynamite goes and does his bullcrap speech. Because of course, every time that there's fraud, waste, and abuse in this country, you will find a white liberal woman defending it till the end and calling anybody who questions it racist or a bigot. You go, Mary.
My name is Mary Solheim, and that is spelled Mary Solheim. And I'm a child care provider in Maplewood. I'm here today to support Nokomis, the child care center, the teachers, the families, and their children. What happened here is absolutely unthinkable.
She says what happened is absolutely unthinkable, and it is the direct result of inflammatory rhetoric from the federal administration and half of Minnesota legislators. Mary, quite contrary, is very concerned with the federal government and freezing childcare funding for the entire state of Minnesota. She said 20,000 kids can't access childcare and 4,000 programs won't get paid. But here's what she's not saying. Just maybe, if these programs weren't committing massive fraud, the federal government wouldn't have to freeze funding. Now here's where the priorities become crystal clear. While this press conference is supposedly about break-ins, they make sure to include reassurances that they don't share information with ICE.
This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual made this all happen.
But here's the reality, Somalian dynamite. The Somalia community isn't being targeted. Fraud is being exposed. There is a difference.
We are not a part of any harmful things that are being said. We have no problem with CCAP, and our licensing has been good.
The reporter checked their profile on Minnesota's Department of Human Services website and found that they haven't committed any fraud according to public records. They have minor violations, but remain in good standings. But here's what this doesn't tell you. If the fraud is sophisticated enough, obviously it's not going to show on public records until after a federal investigation. Now, when federal investigators show up with the warrant, they can say, sorry, we'd love to cooperate, but somebody broke in and stole all of our records. This, my friends, is the oldest trick in the book. Destroy the evidence and claim it was stolen.
And yesterday was our daycare. Tomorrow might be someone else's. We don't know. So this has to stop.
This is coordinated. This is planned. The fact that they brought white liberals in the background with racism signs shows you they're using the same playbook that's been used to protect fraud in blue cities for decades. America, when a daycare wasn't even in the viral video, holds a press conference claiming somebody broke in and stole only their enrollment documents, employee records, and checkbooks while leaving computers, cash, and equipment untouched. You're not looking at a crime. You are looking at a complete cover-up. Watch for more break-ins at Somalia daycares across Minneapolis with all the same story about their stolen documents, because when federal investigators come knocking, they'll claim all the evidence was destroyed by mysterious burglars who only stole paperwork. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comments section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.